It's so nice.
Well, because it's not very typical opening you will get. But so Magnus is thinking this is
Bad news
this is
for
a
him.
good sign for Vichy.
One more time. White starts with 10 minutes. Black has 7 minutes, but Black has draw odds. So White, in this case, Magnus Carlsen, has to play for a win.
But with Vichy, you know, he's extremely fast. And every time I play blitz against him, he normally has 4 minutes and I have 30 seconds.
So he doesn't mind that
Do you
minus
think
3
he's
minutes.
more happy to play with the black side?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah?
for Vichy, for a fast guy, black is good. For a slow guy like me, being black, I think I don't want to look forward to it.
Also, Magnus said at the press conference that he would prefer Black in Armageddon, and now he is on the white side, so there's no choice. He has to.
I think he was trying to lure
Yeah?
people into
Really?
believing him. I mean, if he was so keen on getting,
He would not do well in the blitz.
yeah, he would be just making draws and trying to get the blacks.
Interesting. Whether it was true or not that Magnus prefers Black in
But
Armageddon.
White has a good position. Knight F3,
D6.
D6. Yeah, but you know,
Well, is it so good?
it's
Well,
slightly
it's no
better,
big
but
deal,
it's
no?
kind of easy for Black to play in such positions. You're slightly
Well,
worse.
it doesn't look so difficult.
Knight D2, I think, is the move. We should start putting up defense.
Well, there's 6.
Magnus has
H6,
already used
bishop
2
H4.
minutes. That's a lot.
Because going to the end game, you'll be slightly worse.
But Magnus is thinking again. He's already.
It's too much. After 9 moves, he has already spent
But
2
he's,
minutes on this position.
He can always speed up, no?
Yeah, he's a very fast player as well.
That's true. The current classical and blitz world champion.
Or maybe he's thinking about either
He
to
went
play
E3.
E3. Yeah,
That's what he
E3
just
is a
played.
logical move too. Although I think maybe some
I don't know if not.
H6, G5, Knight E5, yeah? Okay. Otherwise, you know, if
And?
everything gets...
It happened. H6, bishop H4. What about G5?
Yeah, G5, Knight E5 probably he has to play.
Takes and bishop G3.
Yeah. So,
And he played. What did he play? H6, bishop H4.
G5 he went.
He went G5. Okay.
so Knight E5 maybe he's gonna try
Knight E4.
some Knight
What
E4.
about Knight A4?
Yeah, Knight E4.
Knight G6.
Knight G6, Knight
G6,
C3, Knight
Knight
E7, King E7, Bishop G5, takes BC, but that should be fine. Because
Knight E5 just happened on the board. Yeah, what?
yeah, Knight
Knight
E4
E4.
looks like a decent move.
It's kind of an interesting intermediate move. And if Knight G6, Knight C3, Knight E7,
Yeah, King E7.
or takes. So what are we having at the game right now?
Yeah, he needs
What
to...
happened?
I think our board needs to catch up with the players.
Oh, Vichy played very passively.
Yeah, he took
now,
on the
Oh.
Now
E5
he's much worse.
and Knight
now
D7, which was
H4.
not a good decision. Yeah, now it's
Now, any move.
probably Magnus will tear him off.
Yeah. H5 or C5, everything looks good. Okay, guys, on this note,
Okay.
Thank you very
Enjoy.
much, Levon, for joining us.
Thank you
Enjoy
very
your
much.
dinner, and good luck for the rest of the event.
thank you, guys.
Wow, what an exciting start to this Armageddon as well. And it seems that Vichy decided wrongly about going for this passive defense. And now Magnus has the upper hand. He's in a must-win situation. Still some time advantage, but what mainly matters is that he is now in charge of the game.
And actually, he just played C5, which was one of the suggestions by Levon. It is a very unpleasant position for Black, as the king side pawns is really not in a very good shape. So actually, Black will have to do something about his king, and White wants to probably simply long castle, develop the bishop to C4, and even some sacrifices may occur, but
H5 was played by Vichy.
H5. Well, after H5, I think in a later stage he will want to play Rook H6 in order to control the 6 rank. But it looks very dangerous from Black side. Very dangerous. And it seems like Magnus feels pretty comfortable in to move with his knight either to f8 or to f6.
And Magnus has played rook f to d1 after rook e8, knight f6 and queen. Oh no,
Knight
that was
f6.
another move. Knight f6. I'm trying to catch up
Queen
with the
c2.
players.
Bishop b1, knight d5, queen c2, which is, yeah, at this point it's not easy for black, but he just played e4. And now the idea is that after white plays rook d4, black wants to go f5, and for the moment everything is defended. And actually the king is not very happy, but it's not in concrete danger at this point, as far as I understand here. So if f5 will be played by black, then rook d4
f5
is happening. And I believe that f5 must be the move. Or bishop f5, that's another option to play. Bishop f5 is also something to consider.
The time situation is very similar. Magnus only has half a minute as an advantage. He started with 3 extra minutes and he's in a must-win situation. f5 and bishop e6 was played by Vichy. A couple of new moves. The game is speeding up, so we will try to keep an eye on the exact position. Bishop a2 is the final move of Magnus.
Yes, it's understandable that the bishop cannot be useful on the other diagonal. So now b4, b5, and it will be pressed.
Yeah, Magnus is expanding on the queen side, trying to push b5. And b5 is on the board. A trade on b5, a takes, and knight to f6. Yeah, they are faster than our board. Knight to s6 after a takes b5.
Yeah, offering the exchange of rooks and the bishops, which makes it not easy for white, but I have the feeling rook d6 will be the move.
It has just been played by Magnus.
These are always the unpleasant outposts from black side, when the pawn is defending from c5, and now it's very difficult to make. Actually, knight f6 I was definitely something not happy with from black side. Bishop a2, but maybe it was difficult anyway in the long run. Bishop just was exchanged on a2, takes, queen f7, but this looks very dangerous from black side, I believe. And now queen a5 as far as
even
I
more
see.
pressure on
Now
the black pieces.
It will be difficult to defend the
so
c6.
Vichy took on d6, and after c takes d6, he goes queen to d7.
Well, this looks kind of hopeless from...
c6, oh, there's the capture on c6, and after rook b1.
Yeah, this looks extremely dangerous. Rook d7 is already in the air and it's going to be threat. The white king will have a great shelter on h2. And
rook f8 was played by Vichy, but if you have to go for moves like that, something is wrong.
well, this is something very scary. Maybe white just goes queen a6 in order to go rook b7. And black has to go rook f7, but actually queen c7, maybe it's even more powerful, though probably black goes rook f7, white will be going rook f7, rook b8, king goes out, rook d8 for example, so it is very, very dangerous. Also bishop e5 can be played, maybe after rook f7. Simply bishop e5 will be the move threatening bishop f6.
That seems like a really powerful move that you're mentioning, bishop e5.
It seems very, very close victory, that Magnus is very near to the victory in this game.
This is the 5th Armageddon. We have seen all the matches going into Armageddon. White has won 3 games so far out of 4. This could be the 4th.
Rook b8, check. King h7 is the only move. Probably bishop e5 should be played at some time, but I'm not sure rook b8 was a good move, because after bishop e5, queen e6 is possible going out, so maybe it was not the best move, because also now rook d8 is possible from white side, but black just simply goes out and trying to hold on.
Bishop e5 still played by Magnus, and we shall see what's his plan if queen e6.
Probably he just wants to go bishop takes
Oh,
f6.
Vichy is not going for
He
queen
just wants
e6.
to go.
Oh, this is knight d5, rook aj check, and queen c8.
Queen b8,
Threatening-
I guess.
Queen b8, sorry,
Yeah.
threatening queen g8.
And there is not real defense,
defense.
for black. Knight f6 is the only move, but it's not going to be real defense. He just played knight f6. Actually, rook g8 is possible.
Magnus is taking time to calculate precisely, then captures on f6.
King takes f6 probably. But on king bishop takes f6. On king f6, queen b2 will be very strong. And yeah, king f6, queen b2.
Goes for rook h6
Well,
check,
rook
king
h6,
e5, that's a
and
very
queen
active
b2.
king.
Queen b2, queen d4 was mate in 2, but
Oh,
this is also
queen
mate.
h8, it's also leading to mate, and
Yeah.
therefore Vichy resigns. Magnus Carlsen wins in a must-win situation. 4 Armageddon games were decided in favor of white. Only Yu Yang won with the black pieces.
Well, actually it was a very nice game, but we can see that opening does matter a lot, and here practically Vichy did not have much chance after move 14, 15.